Hi, welcome to yoga. I'm Steven. Let's begin tonight with finding a comfortable, easy seated position. So, could be hero's pose if that's more comfortable for you. Sitting on your heels, maybe sitting on a couple blocks, or maybe finding Sukhasana. Sukhasana, maybe sitting on a bolster, meditation cushion, a couple blankets, with the legs crisscrossed, applesauce in front of you. One ankle placed in front of the other. And you sit on a blanket so that the hips are a little bit higher than the knees. And let the shoulders relax. Maybe bring the palms down on the thighs to feel more grounded. The palms up together, more energy. And then maybe bringing the eyes to a close. Turning your attention within. And as you turn your attention within, slowly steering your awareness towards your breath. And just finding your natural breath. Just noticing how you're breathing on a Thursday night. Noticing your inhale. Noticing your exhale. And if the mind begins to wander, which it will, just gently bring it back to your breath. Letting your breath help to ground you and anchor you here in your practice today. While you're here, paying attention to your breath, seeing if you can simultaneously expand your awareness to include your entire physical form. So just giving yourself a little bit of a body scan from the head to the toes. Noticing any sensations in the body, slight aches or pains, or any tension. Maybe it's just the feeling of your clothes on your skin, or your skin's reaction to the temperature in the air. Noticing if your body has responded to any changes in the weather. And letting the sensations in the body, along with your awareness of your breath, is up to ground you and anchor you here in your practice today. Take a moment here to set an intention for your practice. Something you'd like to gain, something you'd like to let go of throughout your efforts and energy. Or perhaps setting a dedication to someone or something. And once your dedication or intention's been set, we'll just bring the palms of the hands together onto the neutral of the heart center. From here, just take a deep conscious inhale through the nose. And follow with a deep conscious exhale through the mouth, maybe with a sigh. And then another deep inhale through the nose. And a deep exhale through the mouth with a sigh. And slowly open the eyes again. Welcome. From here, I'm just going to inhale the hands up to the ceiling. On exhale, we're just going to lean to the left. So just bringing the left hand down, keeping that right arm up, and just leaning to the left. Every inhale, lengthening, opening the spine, and every exhale, just leaning a little bit further. Inhaling and lengthening. And exhale, the crescent over to the left. And we'll inhale back to the center, taking the arms back up to the ceiling. And on exhale, we're just going to lean to the right. So just bringing the right hand down. Keeping that left arm up. And every inhale, lengthening the spine, creating space. And every exhale, just leaning a little further. Inhale, lengthening. And exhale, crescenting to the right. Breathing there. And we'll inhale up to the center. Take the arms back up to the ceiling. We'll take just a gentle twist to the left. So taking that right hand to the left knee and that left hand behind you. Every inhale, lengthening the spine. Every exhale, just twisting a little bit. Inhale, lengthening. And exhale, twisting. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, twist. And we'll go back to the center. Arms up and over to the right. Taking that left hand to the right knee. The right arm's behind you like a second spine. Every inhale, lengthening. Every exhale, just twisting a little bit. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, twist. Inhaling. And exhaling. We'll inhale to the center. And we're just going to roll over onto our hands and knees to a table position, aligning the shoulders above the wrists, fingers spread wide, flat, hands flat like pancakes, and the knees are under the hips. You can always put a blanket under the knees here if you need. From here, we're just going to drop the belly, open up the heart, lift the tailbone up. And on exhale, take the belly in, arch the spine like a Halloween cat. And inhale, drop the belly, open the heart, lift the hips. And exhale, arch the spine. Inhaling, dropping the belly, opening the heart, lifting the tailbone. And exhale, arching the spine. We'll inhale to a neutral spine. Exhale here. And just taking a moment to put the big toes together. Taking the knees out to the edge of the mat. And shifting the hips back. Dropping the hips to the heels. Finding your child's pose, wisdom pose. Bringing the forehead to the floor. Surrendering here. Listening to your breath. Child's pose. Great resting pose. If at any point in the practice you need to take a break, it's a place to go. Scanning the body here for sensations. Listening to the breath. And the hands aren't already there, reaching them up over the head, really pressing into the palm of the hand, the finger, first finger, and the thumb especially. And we're going to begin, come up onto the balls of the feet. Just lifting up a little bit. Knees a couple inches off the floor. Beginning to find your way to the beginnings of a downward facing dog, but the knees are still bent for a moment. Lengthening the spine. And then beginning to pedal the knees a little bit, taking your downward dog for a walk. Bending one leg and then the other leg. And then ultimately finding some stillness here in your downward facing dog. So, downward facing dog, the lower arms are revolving inward and the upper arms are externally rotating. The shoulders are going down, the back. Sit bones are blossoming. Heels are reaching down to the ground. The torso is reaching back to the thighs. Your body's in an inverted V. And we'll slowly begin to walk the feet up to the hands, taking little baby steps, a mindful movement towards the top of your mat. Finding your way to Uttanasana, little baby Uttanasana at the top of your mat, taking as long as you need to get there. And once they're there, Maybe bending the knees if your lower back is achy at all. You can let your arms hang like a rag doll. Or you can reach for opposite elbows here. You can also interlace the hands behind your back. Imagining that your head is super heavy. It's about to roll off on the top of your neck. And just breathing here. And just begin to sway a little bit side to side. Slowly bending one knee and then the other. And find stillness again. Let go of the elbows. Just let the arms hang. And we'll all bend our knees and begin to stack vertebra on top of vertebra, slowly unfurling the spine all the way up. Finding your mountain pose, Tadasana. Relaxing the shoulders. The palms are forward. Top of the head is the last to find its spot as it reaches up to the heavens. Opening the heart here. On your next inhale, just bring the palms of the hands together, heart center under the mudra. We'll inhale and reach the hands up high. On exhale, we're just going to swan dive, hinge from the hips, forward fold again. Inhale, lifting up halfway. Flat back. On exhale, folding forward again. On inhale, we'll reverse the swan dive to the arms all the way back up to the ceiling. And just exhaling into the heart center. We'll inhale and reach the hands back up. And on exhale, hinge from the hips, folding forward. Inhale, we'll lengthen the spine to prepare. And on exhale, we're going to step that right foot back to a low lunge. Use blocks here, maybe just come onto fingers. Opening the sternum so you can breathe. You want that front knee over the front ankle. The back leg is long. It's like you're pressing into an imaginary wall behind you with the heel. Once you got your alignment going on and you can breathe, you're just beginning to bring a little bit of movement into your low lunge. Shifting forward and back. Waking up the hips and the hamstrings. It could be a subtle movement. It could be a large movement. Just breathing here. And then finding stillness. That front knee over the front ankle. We'll bring the palm of that right hand to the floor. And on an inhale, sweep the left arm up. A little bit of a twist. Breathing here. Inhale, lengthening. And exhale, twisting. Inhale, back to the center. Bringing the fingers down, lining up fingers. And that forward foot. Then we're just going to step that left foot back to meet the right for plank. We'll exhale, drop the knees, chest and chin, sliding along the belly, along the floor.
You want to drop in on Winnie's fire?
Opening up the heart.
You want to drop in on Winnie's fire?
Alexa, be quiet. Opening up your heart in the first chaturanga of the day. Breathing here. And on exhale, bringing the hips to the heels, finding your way back to child's pose. And then curl the toes under. Begin to lift the knees. Hips up. Finding your inverted V again. Downward facing dog. Breathing here. And then we'll inhale that right leg up and back to down dog split. And we're just going to circle the foot a little bit, waking up that ankle and that right foot. So just taking the foot in one direction, and taking the foot in the other direction. And we'll find some stillness here. And we're going to bend the knee. Take that right hip over the left. And just opening up the hip a little bit. And on an exhale, we're going to step that right foot forward. Finding a low lunge on this side. Lining up fingers and toes. Front knee is above the front ankle. The back leg is long. It's like that heel on the left foot is pressing into an imaginary wall behind it. And once you've got your alignment all set, just beginning to wiggle a little bit. Shifting forward and back. Waking up the hips and the hamstrings on this side. Breathing here. And then come to stillness. Your next low lunge. And we're going to bring the palm of that left hand to the ground. And on an inhale, we're going to lengthen the spine. Exhale, twisting open here with that right hand, bringing it up to the ceiling. Every inhale, lengthening. Every exhale, twisting open towards that right leg. Inhale and exhale. And we'll inhale back to the center. Bring the right hand down, lining up fingers and toes. And we're going to step that right foot back to meet the left for plank. And we'll exhale, drop the knees to the ground, elbows to the ribs, finding half chaturanga. And opening up to another cobra here, maybe upward facing dog, your choice. Not rushing through the movement of your back bend. And on an exhale, lifting the hips up and back to downward facing dog. Taking 3 deep Ujjayi breaths in this downward facing dog. Ujjayi breathing, you're slightly constricting the back of the throat. Audibilizing the breath. Breathing here. And on your next inhale, we're just going to lift that left foot up and back. So 3-legged dog. And just beginning to circulate that left foot a little bit in one direction. And circulate that foot in the other direction. Just waking up the ankle. And finding stillness with the foot. We'll bend the knee. Take that left hip over the right. And bring it back. And steps that left foot forward. The right foot to follow it. Holding forward. Uttanasana, maybe it's a little deeper. On an inhale, reverse the swan dive. All the way back up, hands to the sky. Release the hands up above the head. The palms to the ceiling. On exhale, we'll just lean to the left. Inhale, coming back up to the ceiling. Then we'll lean to the right. And back up to the ceiling. On exhale, just swan dive, folding forward again. Inhale, lifting up the flat back halfway. On exhale, we're going to step, hop, or float your way back to plank. Maybe to chaturanga, maybe half chaturanga, elbows to the ribs either way. Rolling over the toes, opening up the heart and the back bend of your choice. It could be upward facing dog if you're ready. It could be another chaturanga. It could be another cobra. And taking the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Taking 3 deep Ujjayi breaths. In this downward facing dog, we can always drop the knees to the ground, hips to the heels. Finding your child's pose, breathing there, releasing, surrendering. Or abiding in your downward facing dog. Scanning the body for sensations either way. Witnessing the breath. We're going to inhale and reach that right leg up and back. 3-legged dog. And then on exhale, we're going to step it forward. And I'm just going to pivot that left heel in. Square off the hips. Feet are in opposite lanes of traffic. And we're going to sweep the arms up. Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1. The pinky's turned in. Heart is open. Breathing here. Front knee is over the front ankle. You're grounding down to the left side of the left foot. Breathing here. And then we'll inhale the hands to the heart center. And on exhale, we're just going to consciously open up that left foot, the left hip, the arms wide. Finding warrior two. So now the feet are perpendicular to each other. Your drishti, your gaze is over the middle finger of that right hand. The shoulders are relaxed, front thighs parallel to the earth. Breathing here, the feet are working their way away from each other. The grippy mat, just keeping them in place. Finding your breath. We'll flip the palm of the hand of that right hand to the ceiling, and on inhale, take it up to the ceiling. As the left hand goes down the back leg, reversing your warrior, peaceful warrior, front knees, same as it ever was. Maybe reaching that left arm around the back to find the right kidney. Maybe not. Maybe just goes down that left leg. Heart is reaching up to the right hand. Breathing here. And on your next exhale, just bringing that right elbow to the right thigh, left arm over the left ear. Extended side angle. One long line of energy from the left side of that left foot all the way up to the fingertips of the left hand. Breathing here. Your extended side angle. And we'll just begin to straighten that right leg, not locking the knee. Just opening up the body into a triangle pose. The knuckles of that right hand find their way down toward the calf, the inner calf of that right leg. The fingertips of the left hand reach up to the ceiling. You're looking up at that left thumb unless it's bothering your neck. The left shoulder is over the right shoulder, and the left hip is over the right hip. Body expanding in all directions in your Utthita Trikonasana. Extended triangle. Breathing there. And then turning your drishti, your gaze from that left thumb down to the right toe. We'll slowly shift our balance into the right foot, finding a standing split, lifting that left leg up behind you. Maybe the hands come down to the ground for balance. Maybe it blocks. Lifting the left foot, evening out the hips, folding here. Whenever you've had enough of your standing split, just bringing that left foot to meet the right for a forward fold. Breathing here. And if you're still in your standing split, bringing that left foot in for a landing. And on inhale, we're going to bend the knees, sink the hips, sweep the arms up, finding Utkatasana. And exhale the hands to the heart center. Inhale, lengthening the spine, and on exhale, we're just going to twist to the left. Taking that right elbow to the outside of the left thigh. Inhale, lengthening the spine. Exhale, twisting. Maybe the arms come out wide like airplane wings. Maybe the hands stay together. Anjali Mudra as you twist. Could be a high twist or a low twist. Listening to what your body wants to do tonight. And on your next inhale, coming back to the center, back to Utkatasana. Maybe coming up for a break, a half a breath in Tadasana, mountain pose, before sinking back into Utkatasana. Inhale the hands to the heart center. And on exhale, we'll just take a twist to the other side, taking that left elbow now to the outside of the right thigh. Every inhale, lengthening the spine. Every exhale, twisting a little bit deeper with that left elbow to the outside of the right thigh. Breathing here. Every inhale, lengthening. Every exhale, twisting. You can open the arms out like airplane wings if you'd rather. On your next inhale, coming back to the center. Utkatasana. On exhale. Swan dive. Holding forward. Breathing, lengthening, preparing. On exhale, either float, hop, step, stumble, however you need to get back to your plank, to your chaturanga or half chaturanga. Rolling over the toes, opening up the heart, upward facing dog, or maybe just another cobra. And exhale, lifting the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Taking 4 deep Ujjayi breaths here. Or maybe Dropping the knees to the ground, hips to the heels, finding your child's pose, breathing. Either way, breathing, scanning the body, surrendering, seeing what's going on in your pose today, in your body, with your breath. And then after your fourth exhalation, we'll inhale and reach that left foot up and back, down dog split. And on exhale, we're going to step that left foot forward. We'll pivot the right heel in. Feet are in opposite lanes of traffic. The hips are squared. We're going to sweep the arms up. Warrior one, Virabhadrasana one. Heart is open. The pinkies are turned in towards the temples. Breathing here, grounding down into the right side of that right foot. Front knee is over that front ankle. Breathing here. Noticing where you're holding your weight in that left foot. And then we'll consciously on the inhale, bring the hands to the heart center, onto the mudra. On your next exhale, opening that right hip, the right foot, arms wide, keeping that front leg where it was, and finding your warrior two. Now the feet are perpendicular to each other. Same lane of traffic. That left thigh is parallel to the earth. And the shoulders are relaxed. The arms are parallel to the earth. Your drishti is out over the fingertips of that left hand. Breathing here, catching your breath. And we'll flip the palm of that left hand to the ceiling. And on an inhale, take it up to the ceiling. The right arm goes down the back leg and maybe reaches around the back, finding your left kidney. Front leg stays where it is. Peaceful warrior. Opening your heart up to the left hand. Breathing here. On your next exhale, just bringing that left elbow down to your left thigh, right arm up over the right ear. Finding your extended side angle, one long line of energy from the right side of the right foot, out the fingertips of the right hand. Chest is opening to the right side of the mat. Breathing here. On your next exhale, we're just going to begin to straighten that left leg. Lifting the right arm up and bring the knuckles of that left hand to the inside of that lower left leg. Careful not to lock the knees. Right hip is coming up over that left hip. Right shoulder is over that left shoulder. Finding your Uddiyana Trikonasana, triangle pose, like the body is between two panes of glass. Breathing here, the body expanding in all directions. Finding your variation of triangle. So maybe you're looking up at your right thumb if it doesn't bother your neck. If it bothers your neck, you don't have to. Breathing here. And if you've turned your drishti towards that right thumb, we're going to spin it down towards your left toe. So we begin to shift the weight of the body into that left foot, finding your standing split. As you launch that right leg behind you, and the hips are even. Fingers might come down to the ground. Keep your balance. Maybe to blocks. Maybe challenging your balance by keeping your hands in Anjali Mudra. Finding your standing split. It could be a short period of time here in your standing split. You can just bring the right foot down to the left foot next to it whenever you need to. Otherwise, challenging yourself. Maybe hanging out your standing split for a little longer. However you wish. Whenever you're ready. Bringing that right foot down to meet the left. Folding forward here. And then we're just going to toe heel the feet out a little bit. Sink the hips down. Taking the elevator down to your malasana, your yogic squat. And you can hang out here in your yogic squat. You can even play with a little bit of twisting action here. Maybe playing with crow pose. So crow pose, you would make little crow's feet with your hands. Them on the ground in front of you. You're going to bend the elbows like you're in chaturanga. And coming up under the balls of your feet. Bending the knees into your upper arms. Maybe one foot comes off the ground, maybe the other one does. Your head is lifted like you're curious about something in front of you, and you've got a curve in your back. If you're ready to take flight and crow, lifting one foot, maybe the other, finding your crow. You can just hang out in Malasana if you'd rather. In your yogic squat, that's cool too. Either way, hanging out in either pose for a couple of breaths, challenging yourself. When you've had your fill of crow, just gently coming back to your yogic squat. And then we'll find our way back to our yogic squat. And ultimately onto our bum, onto our bottom, finding our way onto the mat. And then we'll just bring the soles of the feet together, taking a little diamond shape at the legs, feet out in front of you, finding a butterfly pose. The butterfly is more of a yin pose, cooling things down. You can take your blocks and put them underneath your thighs if you want. Either way, spine is just going to droop forward, melting the heart towards your feet. Letting go of any tension in the body as you melt the torso forward. Breathing here. On your next inhale, just stacking the vertebrae back on top of each other, just coming back up for a moment. We're going to bring the right foot over the left thigh. So maybe bringing the knee of that left leg a little bit more towards the center. Keeping both sitting bones grounded. We're going to sweep the arms up to the ceiling. We're just going to twist to the right. Taking that right arm behind you. Maybe using that elbow as a little fulcrum action to the outside of that right knee. Just taking a little seated twist here. Every inhale, lengthening the spine. Every exhale, twisting. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, creating space. And exhale, twisting it out. Inhale, back to the center. Maybe taking the legs out in front of you, just wobbling the feet a little bit, wobbling the shoulders. We're just going to take it on the other side. Just taking the opposite foot over the opposite thigh. And then twisting to the left. Taking that right elbow to the outside of that left thigh. Every inhale, lengthening the spine. Every exhale, twisting. So we did the other side. We would do the other side. So just doing the opposite twist. Making sure that both sit bones are grounded here. Every inhale, lengthening. And every exhale, twisting. Inhale, lengthening. And exhale, twisting. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, twist. We'll inhale back to the center. And we'll reach those feet out in front of you. Maybe wobble the feet a little bit again. And we'll plant the soles of the feet on the ground. We'll walk the hands underneath the shoulders, palms of the hands, fingers facing in towards the body. And we're just going to lift the hips, the pelvis up to a reverse tabletop. You can walk the feet out if you'd want to challenge yourself a little bit further. Your inclined plane pose. But you can keep the feet under the knees. Just lifting the pelvis, breathing here, maybe lengthening the head back, heart is open, just for a few more breaths. On your next exhale, slowly lowering the bum back to the ground. And then from here, we're just going to reach the legs out in front of you. And on exhale, we're going to hinge from the hips, folding forward for Paschimottanasana. So for every inhale, we're lengthening the spine. Every exhale, we're hinging forward. You're welcome to take a caterpillar pose here instead, where you would take a blanket and just put it underneath the knees and let the spine droop forward again. Or the classic variation, opening up the heart. Exhale, folding forward. Breathing here, aware of everything going on. We'll inhale, open back up. Open the book back up. We're going to bring the soles, the feet to the ground. Bring the hands underneath the thighs for a little baby boat. Or maybe taking the feet off the ground for a full-grown boat. Activating the stomach muscles, the abdominals. Maybe the hands stay under the thighs. Maybe they come out to the sides. Hang out here, making sure you have enough space behind your head. Activating the abdominals until you got a little bit of a stomach quake going on. Challenging yourself here. And then you've had enough of a challenge. Slowly sink in your boat down onto your mat. Down to the bottom of the ocean. Just hanging out here. If you want to take an early Shavasana, you can. If there's another pose, call on your name, maybe a bridge pose with a block, maybe without a block. Or you can find yourself in shoulder stand here. Roll over on your hands and knees and take headstand if you want. And if you're playing with bridge pose, say you want to be able to tickle your heels almost with your fingers as you bend the knees, walk the feet in so they're under the knees. And then slowly lifting the tailbone, and lifting one vertebra at a time, launching your pelvis. We'll roll one shoulder under and the other one under. Maybe interlacing the hands behind the back. You can also use a block here under the sacrum. And breathing here. And you've had your fill of bridge. Rolling down one vertebra at a time. If you were up in shoulder stand, maybe taking it over into plow before slowly rolling down one vertebra at a time. And we'll take fish pose here. So making the knuckles underneath the buttocks, coming up onto the elbows, to the forearms, maybe coming onto the top of the head, or maybe just the back of the head, opening up the heart. Breathing ears, maybe point the toes. Maybe you stick out the tongue, cross the eyes, and let out a big roar if you want. Lion's breath. When you're ready, releasing your hands, releasing the fish pose, rolling down one vertebra at a time. And then we'll bend the knees, just hanging out Apanasana, rocking side to side, massaging the kidneys. Or if you want to play with happy baby pose, taking your peace fingers to your big toe, keeping the sacrum grounded if you can. And just rocking it side to side. And your baby's happy. Letting go of the toes, lengthening out, finding your Shavasana, your final resting pose. We'll roll the shoulders under, maybe lift the head, lengthen the neck, and then lower the head back down. The palms are facing the ceiling. You got the eyeballs resting in the eyeball sockets, relaxing the face. The pelvis is relaxed. Femur bones resting in the femur bone sockets. The feet to the left and to the right. As the body just melts into the mat, letting everything go. Absorbing the benefits of your practice today. Just as the body needs movement, it also needs rest. Letting go of any special ujjayi breath you might have still going on, and just returning to your natural breath. Listening to the breath. Staying present and aware letting go of any remaining tension in the body. If it helps, you can imagine a giant broom just sweeping away any remaining tension in the body. You can always readjust here too, finding your Shavasana. You're welcome to stay here in your Shavasana. No need to get up. Stay here for as long as you need. And if you do need to get going, returning to your evening, just beginning to deepen the breath, taking a deeper inhale and a deeper exhale, waking up the body, wiggling fingers, wiggling toes, dropping the head to the left and to the right. We'll slowly draw the knees into the body and roll over to your favorite side for an embryo pose, fetal position, seating pose. Checking in here with how you feel now versus the beginning of class. Noticing your breath, noticing the sensations in your body. And then when you're ready, no need to rush. Maybe the eyes are still closed. Finding your way back to the pose you began in, whether it was Hero's Pose or Sukhasana. And just bring the palms of the hands together at the heart center, Anjali Mudra. And just take a deep inhale through the nose here, follow it with a deep conscious exhale through the mouth. Slowly open your eyes, coming back into the room. And the light within me, recognize the light within you. So coming to yoga tonight, I'm Steven. Hope you have a great Thursday evening, and I hope I see you again soon. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the chat. Otherwise, have a great evening or great day, depending on when you watch this. See you later.